Hey, some friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. And this is the Family Dynamics Challenge. And things aren't going so well here. So, our girl Jade is tired of living in Martin's mama's house. Like, she is like, we need to move. It's too crowded. It's just, I'm sick of this. I need new scenery. And Martin's not hearing it. He's like, this is my mama's house. I'm staying here. So this is just a little bit of a rough patch. Oh, and if you're new to this channel and you do not know what is going on, this is generation 2 of family dynamics. So we are already like in the throes of things. So I would just say catch up in the playlist because right now we got to figure out what's going on with this couple. We love this couple. And, Martin is like, look, this house is special. Okay. We are not going anywhere. My dad lived here. Like, this is important. And even though my mom has moved on and she's gotten her own place, I still want to stay here. And so I don't really know how they're gonna resolve this. Like, they're a little bit of an impasse because, there's no happy medium for this. Ileana's here and she actually stopped by to visit because, she just still visits, even though she's grown and lives in Oasis Springs with her family. But or her husband rather, Ileana does not have kids at this point. But so she stopped by to visit and she overheard all this yelling in the basement. And she's like, can you guys calm down? You are going to scare Mateo. He doesn't need to hear all of this. And they're still going back and forth just about how much is going on. And, Ileana's trying to like calm everyone down, and Jay just decides like she's gonna go take a second to herself, and Ileana's gonna talk to Martin about what is going on, like why they're having this fight. And Martin just like, she's unreasonable. She doesn't see how great this home is, how much money it saves us living here. It actually does not save them money. It's actually quite an expensive home, but Martin loves his mama's house. And Ileana is like, well, maybe as a compromise, you can make her feel more at home. Maybe the issue isn't necessarily this home, but it's that it feels like your home and not her home. Meanwhile, Jade is upstairs just being cranky, eating a crab cake. She really doesn't want to fight with Martin. Things have just been great in their beautiful life together. They have each other, they have their son, and she just doesn't want to focus on things that aren't as important. Like, they live on a beautiful island. She is happy to be back in Sulani. So I think she's just going to let it go. And they make up pretty quickly, a lot, and often. I think they just needed to get their frustrations out. And I think, well, mainly Jade, I think she needed to express how she felt. And I think she feels better now that she's like gotten things off her chest. So she's just going to be in the moment and not focus on that anymore, which is good because with all that making up, Jade is now eating for two. So she is pregnant. And yeah, they are going to have to redecorate this home anyway to fit their incoming baby. While the baby is cooking, let's pop over and check in on Mama Scarlett. And if you're new here, this is our first generation of the Family Dynamics Challenge. She is an elder now. She has moved out on her own just for like a different, just to change things up. She is in Tartosa, living kind of in the city, and she is ordering her groceries. She's just getting settled a lot. There's a lot of adjustment to being out here by herself and figuring this stuff out. And if you don't know anything about Scarlett, I again suggest you watch the playlist. I don't know who all these people are walking through her house. Like, just everybody get it together because she's hungry. But yeah, her home is beautiful. In a previous episode, I go over her home. So check that out. And she needs to do some cooking. She actually needed to order some food because her gas wasn't even on yet. and her plants in the garden hadn't grown. So, yeah, she just needs to get a few things in order. And then I think she is going to have another dinner party. If you play this challenge, you know dinner parties are very important. So, I think it's important to have her dinner party in this new home and just kind of welcome her family. Maybe some Tartosa friends that she's made since she's been here. Look, this food is not even up to standard, but you know, that first day in your new place is always difficult. After eating, she decides to work in the garden a bit, and I love first person camera. I'm going to add that to my list of ways to make Sims fun. I know I did a video on create a Sim, but I'm going to do a video that's like more gameplay focused. And yeah, she's just planting some more fruits and vegetables. And it's just so relaxing to have the game in first person mode. I definitely don't do this as often as I would like, but yeah, I'm going to do it more often. Look at these bills. First of all, they are significantly lower than the bills at that big ass house that she used to live in. So she is thankful for that. Her son and his girl, they can take care of those bills, but she's getting older. She wants to slow down. So yeah, those bills have to go away. After living in the home for a few days, we are all set to throw our dinner party. And so that will happen this week, well, tomorrow for Scarlett. I think spring is a perfect time to invite people out to Tartosa, at least where Scarlett lives. Again, it's like more the city part, so it's not too hot, not too cold, not beach weather, but she's not as close to the beach. And so I think it'll be a lovely party. She has a lot of open air spaces in her home, and I think it'll be great. She just needs to start prepping some food so she doesn't have to worry about that the day of. And some of her food tastes better after it like sits and marinates a little longer. Like at least that's how I feel about leftovers. Like those really like hearty meals, I just feel like they taste so much better the next day. I want to mentally prepare you all as Scarlett is getting up in age. You know, it may be time to say goodbye soon. She's thriving, she's doing great, but we have to be realistic. We are on episode 14 of Generation 2, so it's really time to start Generation 3. And, you know, I just want to be realistic with the timelines. I love to keep my Sims alive forever and frozen in time because that's the joy of playing a game that people can be like frozen in time. But, oh, that carrot cake looks good. But yeah, so I just want to mentally prepare you because I don't know when that time is coming, but I feel like it's coming in the next couple of episodes, maybe even sooner. And where Scarlett lives, there's a lot of dogs, and so maybe she'll make a friend. She likes pets, even though she's never really had pets. So it's good because she's out here by herself, and we are starting the party. The first to arrive is Amber, who I haven't seen. Oh, look at that beautiful cake. I just wanted to show you that cake that Scarlett made to celebrate. I'm not sure. I guess she misses her cow plant. She made some sushi. She made some fried fish. Okay, so Scarlett is ready for, I feel like there's like a lot of Sulani influences in her cooking. And so I guess this is just to make this feel like a homey dinner party. But yeah, we have not seen Amber in a really long time. She's been off in school and she's about to graduate. So it is good to see her, and the rest of Scarlett's children will be here, of course. And then I think a couple of other people will be in attendance. So I'm just showing you all the food that she's prepared yesterday and today. And Scarlett will begin to call everybody to meal, but she is catching up with her daughter, and they look really happy to see each other. Scarlett thinks her daughter is staying in shape and doing well in school. She's just really proud of all her children. Even Riley, who, if you're new here, they did have like a little bit of a hiccup because he decided not to finish high school. But you know what? He's able to take care of himself. He's doing well on his own. So I think Scarlett has learned to respect Riley's choices a little more. And where is everybody? Hold on. Okay, here we go. It looks like Martin has arrived. I guess they're all coming from different places and different worlds, so it's only fair that it takes a little time. And there's Riley, who we talked about before. It's just so funny to see Riley with no hair because he grew up with hair. And I guess Jade is in the bathroom just like preparing herself to socialize with everyone. I think it's been a lot being pregnant and just, just dealing with that and going to work and having a child already. So she's just not necessarily in the mood for this social activity, but she knows it's important to see her mother-in-law and, kind of bless this new space with all this family presence. And they're also meeting some of Scarlett's new friends here in Tartosa, so I think that'll help them make sure their mom feels safe and taken care of, even though they live very far from her. Mateo is here as well. I think he's tired of being like the only kid at all these parties since like he doesn't really have any cousins. And, I feel like he feels a little lonely as a kid. And I think even though Jade is gonna have a baby, the baby's gonna like have that age gap. So I think there's like a little bit of loneliness to Mateo's life that he really wants to kind of get out there and socialize with other kids and just see the world. It feels like probably too quiet in his home. And even here, where it's like busy and there's lots of adults and talking and having fun, I don't think Mateo really feels that energy because he's just so young and kind of left out. Even now, Mateo is kind of fussing with his grandmother because he wants to use the computer, and Scarlett is like, this is not appropriate for a party. Like, you cannot just be sitting here on the computer with all these dolls. But what is Mateo supposed to do? So he's a little frustrated and he's kind of being snippy. And Amber comes over because she just doesn't want to see the grandmother being hard on the nephew. So they're just kind of trying to diffuse the little situation that was brewing. And here comes a dog just running through this party. Hopefully the dog doesn't get in on any of the food. Also, can we take a second to acknowledge the party outfits that we haven't really got to see from these characters? Like, look at Scarlett's dress. She looks fabulous. Like, just amazing. I love Martin's like chill look. And then we have Riley's outfit, which is cool and artsy. And Amber, she looks like, I don't even know. I just love her outfit. Just see her toned body in it. She just looks great. And, Ileana's still wearing this basic shirt, but whatever. Ileana. I also want to thank you all for your continued support of the channel through my breaks, through just doing so many different challenges and I feel like there's been so many episodes, but you all have been there just watching and commenting and talking about what's going on in the story. So I just want to thank you all for that. You really encouraged me to keep being creative as well as like keeping the stories going. I never want to like leave anything unfinished. So thank y'all, both OG and new some friends. And with that being said, it is time to party and dance and end this episode. Thank you all for watching. I'm Symptomistic like optimistic, but make it Sims.